Hi. So last week I went to the Dallas Pride Parade. It's like a music festival and dance party, whatever. It's Pride. It's kind of what you expect. What you expect. I'm not really sure what I saw with a lot of it, and so at the end of this video I do have a clip so you can share your own opinion of what you think. But I'm going to try and explain a bit of what I saw right now. So the first thing I noticed was it seemed like a way of being a big fish in a small pond. That's something I noticed when I first went to LA, that, you know, a lot of those drag shows, they're trying to be like as niche as possible. That the whole gay identity is a way of just saying that, no, we want a small sample size of people competing. Because many of the people who are dancing in those things and singing were not good. We're not good at what they do. Sorry that's mean. And there's such a lack of self-awareness that, you know, that you're not really good at what you do and you're going to do it naked. And, you know, I'm not saying that the whole small pond or like a hierarchy of games is a bad thing. That's not. You know, I'm for like adult football leagues, for instance. But there is like a humor amongst those guys that, you know, if someone scores a touchdown, you know, you make a joke like, ooh, now you're ready for the NFL, and everyone has a good laugh. I'm like, yeah, I'm an old man. I got broken knees, and there's a self-humor about it. And humor is actually really important because what you're doing with humor is like you're taking something that's unconscious, that's outside of the order, and you're bringing it in, and that disrupts the whole system and changes it, which is very dangerous and can get you killed, which is why I think that there's such a high risk reward with comedy. Because if you fail, it like can get you killed. But if you get it, everyone laughs. It's a clear signal that you did something positive, so you're not really unsure, and there's a high amount of positive emotion with it. So again, the importance of laughter. I didn't really get that sense there. I know if I started laughing at people there, I would not have been greeted well. In fact, I had to often constantly like give a fake smile a bit. Which I don't like doing. I felt very uncomfortable. I'm like, I feel like a psychopath right now. But if I was just keeping my normal straight face filming, people immediately got very self-conscious or angry, seemed to be a little bit angry towards me, suspicious of me, which, you know, I wasn't wearing rainbow coloring, so that already kind of sent off a signal that I'm something else. Anyways, the lack of shame that people are dancing like shirtless and naked and being like woo and not even realizing that this is goofy, like unless you're the best roller skater on the planet, you shouldn't do it naked. That's just it. And so this whole thing exists in a fantasy, in a prideful fantasy where we're the best and we're awesome and we're special, and that's really where the satanic element comes in. I always say it's easy to make a deal with the devil because what it is falling in love with yourself. And Satan is a horde. Satan is everywhere. Satan is all the ways that you are that don't serve Christ. Christ is the one true path. Satan is alcohol, getting in fights you're not supposed to, using the Bible in an argument to win. Something I'm guilty of, and that is absolutely satanic, and I shouldn't do that. That's in my last video. The thesis of the video is correct. The way I went about it is incorrect, and I feel disgusted about it. But what pride is, you know, Christ is in the center, and everything is marginal to Christ. Pride is trying to take everything in the margin and collect it into a body. And so the pride flag is fundamentally satanic. There's no way around that. It just is. I'm sorry. That's not to say the individual elements of the pride flag are satanic. That is wrong, because we are all marginal to Christ, okay? And honestly, I don't even think the categories of the flag are even correct, because like gayness is not even like a strict category. That's why I said gayness. It's a spectrum. Most gay men are all bisexual. Most men are, to the degree, are plastic. You could learn to be in love with balloons. I have made that joke before. And I don't know why colored people, I don't know why black and brown people, whatever you'll say. I don't like the term brown people. Malcolm X would not have been cool with that. Whatever. Want to put that aside. I don't think someone pulls a quote and proves me wrong, whatever. But the idea that that black people are marginalized is just incorrect. I mean, like, what does that even mean? Like, if you're outside and you're when you're in the sun, if you have dark skin, you're obviously not marginalized. The people who are in the shade are all the pale skinners in that instance. So really what people are doing is you have idiosyncrasies and you're trying to use them in a proper way in order to serve Christ. Whatever, the whole idea that colored people, that's just such a nonsense statement. I don't even know what to make sense of it. But anyways, I felt like I needed to clarify that. Anyway, so Pride Month is the worship of pride. Now, some people might argue that, oh, well, it's like Halloween, and it's actually important to have like this release in order for society to come back together for renewal. Not a concept I understand very well, obviously, but that's not what it is. First of all, it's a whole month, and secondly, it's promoting a whole lifestyle. And I don't mean being gay, no, I mean the lifestyle of pride. You don't see people dressed up like Hoover's G-Men, for instance.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, so here's an interesting question. Why children? Why are children involved in this? Like, it's no doubt partly something that's like concept creep that's based on like something fundamentally incorrect. But, you know, the Pride Parade, it's about sex at its base. And so the fact that you have, you know, children literally on the top of spires saying that this is what we are, it's strange, and I'm not really sure what it is. I mean, some of the obvious things that come to mind. First would be that, well, when you're letting in all the strange sorts of sexual behavior and then putting them on display, the one that's right there now marginalized on the edge is getting kids involved. And so the kids are actually physically on the edge. The other part is, you know, and this is kind of more obvious, that it's a kind of just it's a way of indoctrination. It's a way of saying that, hey, this is kid friendly, this is nice, this is good, this is so harmless, even kids can enjoy it. And, you know, and then people bring their kids. Oftentimes it seemed like a lot of single mothers, and I think the reason why it's a sort of rebellion against the patriarchy type deal. Like, you know, these crappy men who aren't there for me. I'm going to take my kids and indoctrinate them something completely outside of the patriarchy. What's going to make the whole thing worse is that most all of the men, including many of the gay men, are there just for sex. And, you know, are kind of sneaky and, you know, aren't there for the cause, really, fundamentally. I don't think, personally. You know, who can say what's in their heart? I don't know. And that sucks, because that's just going to reinforce their opinions about the world and about guys. That's a sad spiral that I see is not gonna be fruitful. But yeah, so people bring their kids, they make it kid friendly, they hand out Teen Titan buttons, and this is a way of shaping a generation. I think both those things are true. And I know that people will be like, oh, what's the big deal? It's just seeing stuff. Okay, well, you know, the way I grew up, and this is one of the best gifts that my mom gave to me, and, you know, I would actually be curious to hear what other people think about this, is that my mom was very strict about what we saw on TV. Now, she wasn't as strict as maybe some religious parents are about seeing sexual activity on TV, but it was always embedded within love. It was never just a sex scene. It was like two people love each other and they kiss. She never let me see any serious gore of any sort, and her reasoning was, well, I want you to get married and love someone when you get older, but I don't want you to murder someone with an axe. Now, when I did get older, I remember seeing my first horror movie for the first time, Amityville Horror with Ryan Reynolds, and it like minorly traumatized me for like a month. And after that, I decided I never want to be scared again. And so I basically meditated for a long period of time, over months, actually years, trying to think of the worst possible things I could imagine. And that got me over my fears. But I couldn't help but think that my years of like watching good heartfelt stories made a difference to me and who I am. Not heartfelt stories, but stories that are positive. I watch so much TV these days and I leave feeling disgusted. And that's the only thing I don't want to feel after I watch a movie. You know, I don't care about the artist. It's like, oh, but didn't you feel something? It's like, no, I don't want to leave a movie wanting to throw up. That's like the only thing I don't want. I can cry, I can laugh, I just don't want to feel disgusted after I leave a movie. That's the only thing I can't stand. And, you know, and I see so much of that, and I see so many young people watching shows like that, and shows for young people that are like that give me that feeling. And, you know, I really don't think it's nothing. because I remember when I first went to public school, I was homeschooled until 5th grade. When I met other kids, some of them I would think that you guys act like the kids in those TV shows that I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid, you know? So the idea that this is just nothing, that this is just whatever media, or we should just let kids watch whatever on the internet, that's ridiculous, and it's going to cause a lot of harm. But anyways, I feel like I've talked enough, so thank you for listening through all that, and without further ado, here's the Pride video. Thank you.